We are we are recording now. Instead of practicing, we might as well hit the record button. Jen, would you like to introduce yourself to the Professional Gridiron Group real quick?
Sure, I'm Jen Nenadov, and I co-founded a consulting business called N Solutions. People often ask where that name came from. So yes, my last name starts with N. My business partner's last name starts with N, but we also do data analytics consulting. And so a lot of what we do is crunch numbers, look at data. And so there was like a math connotation to the N being an integer and or a sample size, symbol of a sample size. So it has lots of meanings, but N Solutions is the name of our company, and we help businesses understand what's going on in their business, oftentimes when they can't do that themselves.
Big businesses, according to what we just were talking about. Well, the whole reason I hit record right away, we were talking about managing your day. So I just want to ask you a few questions, but I can't, get over the fact that you said, "Hey, I'm starting this company, and oh, on top of it, I'm gonna foster two beautiful little girls." What inspired you to try to do that? Because that's incredibly hard to be raising twin girls, but how do you find enough time in the day? Take us through that.
That is a battle every day. I don't feel like I have enough hours, but 2 years into starting my business, I also was wrestling with, I'd love to be a mom. How should I go about doing that? Long story short, I came around to fostering, and next week will be a year that I've had twin girls who are about to turn 3. Um, and you say yes like pretty quickly, and then all of a sudden they come and you figure it out as you go. So my day, I feel like I've run a marathon by the time I've got them to daycare in the morning, and then my day is just really starting from a work perspective. So I get as much done as I can during the business day while they're at daycare. And then often my evening is focused on them. And once they're down, probably, 3 nights a week, I'm then online for another couple hours at night, which is fine. Like I can turn the TV on and just sort of concentrate on some things and do some critical thinking, in that space. But typically that's what my day looks like.
Well, and that's the nature of starting your own business and being a parent, right? Is there's no off switch. And so
To either one,
I thought
yeah.
it was incredible when you told me. I mean, most people who are going to watch this have met you and will know you. If you don't know about Jen, she is the lead sponsor of this event we are about to have here this week at Riddell. You got to go there and see the place. Tell me what you thought when you got there, because from the video that I saw, the place looks incredible. I grew up watching football, as everybody did, and it's cool to see it behind the scenes. For people who are thinking about, hey, do I want to go? Am I going to be able to make it Thursday? Tell me why we should go on Thursday to see this place.
So there are a couple of reasons. One, Riddell, that name was familiar to me. As soon as someone said it, I could picture it on the back of a football helmet. I did not grow up playing football. Being a female, that was not really an option for me. But huge football fan. And so the brand immediately became recognizable to me when I heard about them about a year ago. I'm newly back to Northeast Ohio for the last year and a half, so that's why I said new. They're a bit new to me. Started meeting some folks from their organization at PGG events, and so when I had an opportunity to sponsor this event that was going to be hosted by them, super intriguing. And I'm the one that came up with the idea to have a pre-walk through because I thought it'd be cool to see behind the scenes ahead of the event. And so Adam Bickle and I went there Wednesday of this week and got a tour. And just first of all, the directions only led me to the front of the building. You take a really long driveway behind this massive, massive building that folks will see. And they house their front office there, but also all of their production for the U.S. From what I understand, I think they make over 1.4 million helmets in this particular facility. all of their key accounts, which includes the NFL. And so just really cool to see almost every single NFL team's helmet as we walked through, including the Browns.
Browns fan? Are you a Browns fan? Say
Oh,
no.
where are we?
Just say no. We'll move on from the
Yeah,
NFL
yeah.
stuff.
I heard
I
we
did see
signed
it.
Joe Flacco today, so
There you go. I'm officially not doing a football thing this weekend. It is all about the Masters, which shameless plug for our golf outing the Monday, June 23rd. But
Yes.
you pop in my mind when we talk about the idea behind networking and behind the golf outing, because when you signed up as a solo and you're like, just pair me with whoever. And I know you and Lowell afterwards, right? Shout out to Lowell Perry. You're sending me messages about, hey, thanks for pairing us up. You
Yep.
guys can help each other business wise. The PGG has always been this big believer of, networking events are kind of stuffy, right? And they're no fun. We really believe in the whole you get in what you put in type thing. And I love hearing about, the relationships you forged. Tell me a little bit about, why did the PGG kind of appeal to you, right? Not like you said, not necessarily having a football background, but then, by far of all the people who are our members, I mean, I feel like you've already gotten a ton out of it. Tell me a little bit why you keep coming around your role, even as a woman in the PGG, tell all the ladies to sign up. Take me through that. Why PGG over, some random BNI group?
Yeah, actually, so one of your members told me about it, not any of you on the board. And they're like, "Oh, you're coming to the spring networking event." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." This was a year ago. So my first event is the event that's happening later this week, last year. And I'm like, should I go? Like it's very football oriented as far as like coaches, people who played, whatever. And they're like, no, 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 just come. And I came and I was very pleasantly surprised. One, very laid back and warm, just a warm group of people. Like I met a ton of people that night who I've continued, to get to know over this last year. And it was just very welcoming, even though, I'm a female and I was probably one of, less than 10 for sure in this large group. But I'm a big sports fan, and so an organization that one does professional networking and very like sort of, easy to navigate way, really no barrier to entry. And then it's supporting a great cause. So, sports were a big influence in my life, the things you learn from that. I can even see, at my girls' young age, they're into ballet, which I didn't do growing up, but like something that kids are interested in that gives them confidence, that helps them learn how to interact with other kids and how to respect and learn from a teacher slash coach. Like there's just so many important things to that. So an organization that's helping, football be more accessible to, kids from all walks of life, I think is a great cause. So lots of great reasons to be part of PGG that I learned after attending that event. And even there are great speakers that night and each subsequent event that I've been to like
Who was the
that.
speaker that night? The first one. Who was
Oh
it?
gosh, you're gonna put me on the spot.
Well, tell me where it is and we'll remember.
We were at the Wild Eagle.
Oh, that was
And
Monty and Sean, right? The Mount
yes,
Union guys.
yes,
Yeah, it's so cool. The speaker part of it, those are the events that I love. You haven't by chance seen I don't know if I posted on Facebook or LinkedIn, but I shared one of Bickle's posts and, telling people to sign up. There's a trailer for this movie that Coach Kyle's in. And if you grew up in Northeast Ohio, Coach Kyle is I mean, like Coach Kilmer in Varsity Blues. Like he is it, right? And
yeah.
this video is so incredible. It's only like a teaser, 2.5 minutes, and it ends with him giving a speech to the Ignatius kids before they go out. And I'm like sitting here all pumped up. We're on the vortex. I'm like, dude, this guy's gonna be incredible. So I cannot wait for Thursday. But I love that, you felt welcome coming and all the speakers are great. I do agree that you get so much out of it. I can't stress enough that of all the people who have been showing up, you have been the one that kind of has networked the best. So thanks for epitomizing the PGG. I think, next question was going to be like sell it to somebody, but I think you already did that. If there was something I didn't cover about either the golf outings or the scholarships or, the giving back, sell somebody in 30 seconds. Now I'm putting you on the spot. Why should they show up Thursday and be a part of the PGG?
Yeah, if you're looking to expand your network, whether you're trying to win business for your company or you're just trying to just get a wider network and, maybe do some networking for um, just reasons beyond a job or whatever, but be around people who you can quickly find things in common with and support, a really great cause. Check it out. Like, this is not your prototypical networking event.
Yeah.
Most people are in hoodies, some sort of athletic shoes, quarter zips.
Yeah.
I will be in a long sleeve tee. That's not usually how I come to a networking event, but it's laid back. The food is good, but the people are high quality. And again, the speakers that I have seen have been, really great stories and inspirational, and just you walk away feeling like that was 3 or 4 hours really well spent.
Yeah. The parallels between, and it's not just football, right? I mean, but this of sports and life and sports and business are, so vast. I can't wait till one of your girls hits like a pirouette and spins and breaks a lamp or something at the house. And, I've had a few things broken by a wayward baseball already, so I feel like it's only a matter of time. Well, thanks for selling the PGG. Now, I mean, you've given so much as tell us who's your ideal client? Who are you looking to work with? Who can you help better their business? Ideal client for you.
Yeah. So um, we have a target market as far as like revenue size or employee size, but really a business leader who is looking for help in getting their arms around their data. We build custom dashboards, so that, with a few clicks of a button, you can self-serve answers that today are taking, days and weeks from your team pulling spreadsheets together. Like, we can help automate that so that you're spending more time trying to you're spending more time making decisions and looking at insights rather than spending all the time pulling the data together. That's one of our core offerings. And then if you still have a lot of manual processes at your business and it's time for you to start automating things, like, we can help you do that in a rather low cost way. We're not coming in and recommending that businesses adopt new software and, spend, tens of thousands of dollars on a new tool. We're trying to leverage probably tools you already have at your disposal, in order you become more efficient in your processes.
What's your background? How'd you get into why start your own business in this world?
So my dad was an entrepreneur. He was in the healthcare space, so very different. But because of that, entrepreneurship was always something that I was like, if one day I have a good idea, I want to do that. But my accounting was my undergrad, got my MBA. I was more of a generalist in my 20-year career in corporate America. But I really gravitated towards data and just understanding, what is it telling us? Like, what is the story coming out of it? How can we use it to get better,
Yeah.
and know that we're getting better rather than just doing what the loudest customer is saying or what the loudest employee is saying, or what have you? How can we use data to be objective um, in how we're leading our organizations, how we're leading our teams?
Very nice. Well, I know from the people who you have worked with that they have terrific things to say. So, hey, we appreciate you picking up some of the tab for Thursday's party. This is going to be a good one. I'm excited to hear you talk in front of everybody. I'm excited to hear Coach Kyle. Anything I forgot? Any questions that I was listening to some random radio show? I don't know what the hell it was, but they ask one question at the end, And that's what the next person gets asked. So the next person who gets to sit down with me, I want you to just bring up a question that I should ask them. And I gave you zero time to think about it. For all the for all the pre-work that went into this, which was us texting back and forth. I did not tell you this was going to be asked of you, so I apologize. This just popped in
Yep.
my head. But
You
random
can get,
question that you would want someone to answer.
yeah. Um, what's a mistake that you've learned from, and what have you done differently since then?
All right. Business, we'll go business mistake.
Yeah, we'll go business. It could be anything. I mean, it could be open-ended. It doesn't have to be too personal.
No, that's funny. Well, we will. I have minutes before I have to get the kid off the bus. My own twins are screaming. So I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I am thrilled to have everybody, if you haven't already met Jen, to meet you at Thursday's event. If you are not able to make it, make sure you reach out to her. We will obviously somewhere in the world of this on the YouTube description or somewhere have her info. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this with me.
Thanks, Billy. See you in a few days. Have a
I will
great
see you in a few days. Who's winning the Masters?
It looked like I was paying a little bit of attention yesterday that was it Rose is in the lead and Rory's up there, Scotty Scheffler.
We got to root for Rory. Rooting for Rory. All right. Well, we will see you Thursday. Thank you
Just no
so
one
much
on the
for,
live tour that I'm sort of
yeah,
anti.
no live. I
Okay.
can appreciate that.
All right.
I like that you're picking a team, right? Oh, all right. Well, we will see you Thursday.
All right. Thanks, Billy.
Yeah.
Bye.